Hello and welcome to another episode of Soulwise with me, Semele Sherry. And we're approaching the end of the year. And so this is my sharing for the winter solstice, a time to pause. I wish you bright blessings for the winter solstice on Saturday the 21st here in the Northern Hemisphere. Many different spiritual festivals are celebrated at this time of the year. It's when I like to send greetings and blessings for the winter holiday season, whichever festival you choose to celebrate. I'd like to share with you, to start with, this poem called The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper. So the shortest day came, and the year died, and everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees, they hung their homes with evergreen, they burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Through all the frosty ages you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen, all the long echoes sing the same delight this shortest day. As promise wakens in the sleeping land, they carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends, and hope for peace. And so do we, here, now, this year and every year. Welcome, Yule. Winter solstice marks the longest night and the shortest day of the year. So although it's the midpoint of winter and the dark season, it also marks the beginning of lengthening days, the rebirth of the sun and the light. Our Celtic ancestors understood this and celebrated accordingly, acknowledging the ever-turning wheel of the year. And there are many ancient monuments which were built to align to the winter solstice sunrise. For example, Newgrange in Ireland and Maes Howe in Orkney. Stonehenge is aligned to the winter solstice sunset. Our ancestors lit fires at midwinter to welcome the return of the light with its life-giving warmth and energy. I often think the lighting of the fire must have been not only an act of faith, but also an invocation of the earth's provision for the year ahead. In these dark months, food was often scarce, life-threatening illness more likely, and the abundance of summer must have seemed very far away. These days, we might place a specially chosen Yule log on the hearth fire. Yule means wheel in Norwegian, or savour the deep chocolate stickiness of a cake version. The sentiment is the same. We're acknowledging the return of light, warmth, and the promise of the abundant goodness it brings with it. In many cultures, there are myths of sun gods and kings who are born at this time, sacrificed or taken into the underworld with the end of the summer, and reborn to begin the cycle again at the winter solstice. It's no coincidence that the Church chose this time to celebrate the birth of their own son. I always try to spend this day in a conscious pause, breathing deeply and looking back over the year. 2024 particularly has contained much that's worthy of review. Like me, you might want to take some time out to do the following. Honour and celebrate your year's achievements, joys, and successes. Acknowledge the losses and difficulties and search for the personal lessons and wisdom at the heart of them. Identify the old and outworn things, habits, and behaviours you want to let go of. Intentionally align with any new energies you wish to welcome in to bloom into the created space. Sit quietly and simply listen to the still, small voice within. What does your soul have to say to you? The planetary alignments for this year's solstice symbolise the foundation from which 2025 will grow and develop. They invite you to ponder the following questions. What are the core ideals from which you'd like 2025 to develop and bloom? What will unify and guide you through continued uncertainty and change? How have you abused personal power and authority, and how can you remedy that? What is the collective mindset that can create solutions which respect and accept everyone's individuality? Who are your tribe? Where do you find your kindred spirits and soul family? And picking up that theme of respecting and accepting everyone's individuality, because as we know, the age of Aquarius is all about moving forward in community, in union, then I'd like to leave you with this excerpt from A Winter Solstice Prayer by Edward Hayes. In the heart of every person on this earth burns the spark of luminous goodness. In no heart is there total darkness. May we who have celebrated this winter solstice by our lives and service, by our prayers and love, call forth from one another the light and the love that is hidden in every heart. And I can think of no better words to leave you with. So for now, sending you as always my love and blessings. Until next time, goodbye.